All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yep, I saw that. You guys might have to mute me on your end then, or deafen me. Yeah, I didn't realize that hitting mute on Discord also hit the mute button on my controller. I forgot which door he wanted me to go through. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna go through this one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Whoops.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
I'm going!
But
Jeez,
eager to
okay.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Synergy, that's good, that's good. Always need more of that. We're gonna go this way.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Uh-oh. Executive bathroom. Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ooh, big red button. Dare I press it? Over here. No. I pressed the big red button. You know, this is a lot of shit going on.
Into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. Nature.
Kind of just a floating blob
Why
here.
did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But this one says escape. That says mind control. That says escape. Okay, I'll go to mind control. It's a very dark room. I don't know if I like this. This is spooky. What does that say on it? Are those a bunch of numbers? I can't read that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
You see, I feel like if you're like actually in this situation, like jumping over this and falling into that abyss is the only option. Ooh, yes.
Now
buttons, more buttons. Gotta press every single button.
Revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That one's fired. I don't know why that one's fired anymore. Am I supposed to be doing something? Am I supposed to be going... Nope. Guess I'm going this way. Away we go!
Control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it.
No, I'll believe it. I'll go back to my desk right now and start working again. This is too much for my brain to handle.
Unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
What's going on? There's nothing. Oh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
And then...
yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Oh my god.
Whatever
Can this door open any slower?
His. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Come on, you're almost there. You almost got it.
Through the open door.
Oh, that's it.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Sweet, game over. Well, that's the end of the stream. Nah.
All of his co-workers
Okay.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Does... Looks like a door's supposed to open somewhere. I don't know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Nope.
left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's see. Let's see.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, it is incredible, isn't it? I'm gonna get on this thing now.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing
No,
in
you
your
can say you're
trust
not
in
my
someone
enemy,
else
but
can be
I'm not
difficult.
listening to
But
you.
the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, it's called the
Someone you've
Stanley
been
parable, not the
neglecting,
narrator
Stanley.
parable.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
No, no.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I could jump. You want that, narrator? How about I jump? Pretty sure I can jump. You know what? Fuck it. Let's see.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah! Well, now we get to do this again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All the co-workers are gone, blah, 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 blah.
Stanley
Yep,
decided
let's
to
go.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, this time I'll go through the door that he wants me to for that instead of ending myself.
When Stanley came to a
Not
set of
going through that
2
left
open
door.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley?
That was...
Eager to get back to business,
That was different voice
Stanley
lines.
took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. Back to the
Stanley
shipping
was so
room.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Take me away.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
Last I checked, Mr. Narrator, you don't have
realize
feet.
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
I
the
don't-
fact
he
is
said we
that
got
the
off on the
story
wrong
has
foot.
been
I don't
about
think he's got
nothing
feet.
but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I don't want to go through the black doorway. That looks ominous. Oh,
That's her,
no.
Stanley. You
No,
need
it's
to
not.
be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place
Oh, no.
your faith
Can I
in
unplug this?
another, then pick up the phone.
Why you gotta make me pick up the phone? Oh, no.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
See? Oh, God.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
How about you go fuck yourself?
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Mr. Narrator, that is horrifying. Uh-oh. Oh no. Dude, there's like oh no.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Listen, I know I killed myself previously. But come on, you really gotta give me another death ending?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of
Who
him.
the fuck places a
Every
couch
button
right
that
here?
he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Like, why? Like, I'm alone and sad, and I can't even do the mannequin because the bed's blocked off?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
Well, guess what?
Now
I'm not going to push the
he's
next
going
button you tell me
home.
to.
Now he's coming back to work.
No, I'm not.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Circle, bitch! Fine, I'll press
But
that
in his
one.
mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it...
I don't want to watch TV. I'm playing a game. Why did that change? That wasn't like that before. What are you doing, mannequin? You got some nice breasts.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Oh, no.
The thought excited him terribly.
My room is now turned... Oh, good. Okay. I see what's going on here. You're slowly turning my shitty apartment into my office.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door.
No, apparently I gotta go close off the door so the little guys don't come up here.
Was almost too wonderful to behold.
Assume the narrator's probably getting mad that I'm not doing anything. To prepare dinner. Prepare dinner? It looks like I'm about to prepare some paperwork.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Kind of look like you got a dick, too.
And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Prepare to tell your kids a story. How the hell did I have kids with a mannequin? Huh?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh, no. Down on the
But there
D-pad.
is no answer. How could there possibly be?
That's what I
In
thought.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested
Trust me,
he
there's no
gets,
love with that
the
mannequin.
more he forgets which life is the real one.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell him
Go to
this,
sleep. How the hell
that
am I
in
going to
this
go to
world,
sleep?
he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm going to do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm going to kill that clock. It keeps ticking.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way
Can I
I
drink
want
the
him
coffee?
to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
Stanley pushed
die.
a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I die? Is that the instant kind of death? The death's dead instantly? I don't know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
What could this mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Gotta be a door that I can open.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in
Yeah,
the
the
office.
fuck I did.
But it didn't make a single difference.
See, I turned the
Nor
computer
did
off.
it
That's a
advance
difference.
the story in any way.
Shut up, narrator. My story now. I'm gonna touch everything. I don't care if that means humping the walls either. I'll do it. That door frame's looking seductive. Awaiting input. Ooh, wait, how did I do that? Ah! I can crouch. Kind of in the middle of something. Ooh, new content. Let's go here.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
Going on a trip. Gonna see where it goes. This is a cool area. Look at all these pipes. Those are some nice pipes. Really pipey.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Wow.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
You could say it's mesmerizing, but you're still an annoying bag of shit. Like, dude, you seriously need to shut the fuck up. Like, you are the most annoying narrator I think I've ever heard for a video game.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I want to click buttons.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can fucking jump. Okay, this is boring. No, I'm going through the entire...
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Jumping, jumped. There we go. I get I can't jump.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Where am I going? Oh, here we go. Okay. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Well, this seems like a good cutting point for this. I will continue on with this Stanley Parable shit later.